We're live on the internet. Slightly late.
That's fine. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, it's a chill sort of a thing. I need to make sure this doesn't. I can't be so chill. I can't relax all the way back.
You're not going to lie down and do the podcast?
I'm not gonna lie down for the podcast.
Okay, that's good to know.
Okay.
Good to know.
So hello to
Upright.
Sherry and Asa and Susanna. Yes, I'm grabbing water in a container. I'm not just like sticking my face under the sink.
Be awkward.
At the exact moment that I was up to grab water, there was a knock on the door, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I gotta do that too. So I got a Christmas present and water.
Sure, why not? Sounds good. I have edamame beans.
Nice. I have peanut butter toast.
Mm.
I'm 100% gonna get crumbs in my hair. This was poorly thought out. Oh.
I 100% was in the bathtub an hour ago. My hair smells so weird. I'm trying a new shampoo and conditioner for my scalp and my hair.
And how's that going?
It's very tingly. I feel very refreshed.
Ooh, tingly.
We will see how it does with my hair once my hair is dry. Guy, if we were waiting for my hair to dry, we would have to check back in 8 hours from now, since I don't blow dry my hair. So no panic, but I do have rice fresh on the kitchen stovetop doing its steamy goodness, just sitting in the pot waiting for me. So I'm gonna have some rice when we're done.
Nice.
And I didn't boil these long enough. And by boil, I mean pour hot water from the kettle over them to bring them up from frozen. So they're still a little cold. So I might actually leave them and then put more boiling water over them later. Because, life. It's okay. And if there were bees, the container has a lid.
What am I kicking? Oh, I'm
So I
kicking
can,
the
in
power bar.
fact,
Don't
just
kick the
tuck
power
them out
bar.
of the way.
Okay. If everything
waiting
suddenly
for-
goes dark, I have kicked the power bar.
Payne has decided we're done.
Master
He's not going to
switch
play around
off.
with us anymore. Okay, I understand
hello
how
also
it
to
is.
Tracy in chat.
Tracy, Susanna, I see that you're at work and you're watching. Be stealthy. Also, it's a Saturday and you work in an office, so yeah, maybe it's just you and it's fine.
Maybe you have one of those cool offices that has like a TV somewhere and you can stream it to the TV because there's nobody else around.
Do not put my face on a giant TV. Don't do it. Do not do it. It's not good. It's not. Guys, I don't have makeup on. Bad idea. Bad idea. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I don't know. The Zoom beauty filter is pretty great, honestly, because like
it is a
I didn't put on
staple
any
to
makeup
help.
either, and it's fixing a lot of problems right now.
It doesn't fix everything, but man, it's assisting, and it's assisting hardcore today.
Like the Zoom beauty filter is way better than my foundation.
Look at how wet this hair is. Look at how wet this hair is.
It's very wet.
It doesn't stay this nice curly either. It just sort of straightens as my hair dries. I'm like, well, fine.
I know. Yeah. I'm so annoyed that my hair does that too.
It's
getting
long.
Be trying a new shampoo soon.
Ma'am?
Tomorrow, whenever.
Well, this one has tea tree oil and eucalyptus in it. Because I'm trying for something that's going to help keep my scalp from going super crazy this winter. In theory.
In theory, yeah.
But I mean, like, my other one's coconut milk based, so really, I can either smell tingly and refreshed or like coconut milk baths. Like, I got 2 options, and that's it.
I am not looking forward to how dry it's going to be for me for the next 3 weeks, because like Waterloo's very humid and Winnipeg is very not. So if I look like a raisin next week,
we're dry. It's even for us, we're dry. So yeah, bring your lotions. I got lotion for an Advent thing. I should put it on. Here we go. Let's do an intro. So, welcome to the Northern Knits podcast. We're 2 friends in fiber who knit, craft, and crochet and tuck everything in between. My name is Jocelyn. My co-host is
Diana.
Diana currently calls Waterloo, Ontario home for the next 10 hours, and I currently call Winnipeg, Manitoba home.
It's pretty accurate, to be fair. Well,
I guessed.
11 hours.
That was a hard guess. I just super estimated your fly out time.
Well, the flight's
and my brain went math, and I went, nope, not happening. Not happening. For everybody who isn't on Discord and the Patreon, I had a panic attack yesterday, so sometime this afternoon the caffeine withdrawal will kick in again.
Awesome.
I definitely don't get to have that till sometime in the new year. By the way, that for me is everything. That includes chocolate. No chocolates, no coffees, no black teas, actually no caffeinated teas. I have to have the fake herbal teas that aren't teas.
Mm,
Everything's out. Everything's out because I don't know
not
what
even a
set it
black
off.
tea. That's so sad.
I have no idea what set it off because I haven't been going places because our numbers are getting higher. So I've been really restricting what I do and where I go so that my contact list is very, very short and small. Because really, I would be flipping rude to come home and for a visit, like my parents are going to do, like you're going to do. And I'm like, I'm seeing everybody like I normally do.
Yeah, we've
And I
seen.
expect everybody else is doing the same thing. The only people they're seeing is their family. So
I've
we're all
seen
keeping our lists
two
small.
people in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
By seen, I mean spent time without masks with 2 people in the last 2 weeks.
Yep.
So, and one of them is my brother who's already in Manitoba. So,
Hey, look, I got yarn. That's not what I'm looking for. I put all my Advent stuff back in the box because I was having problems keeping track of it. No, I've not opened my Advent for the day.
Okay, so I have a dilemma.
I'm with you.
Because
I have shower oil.
I have several more days of Advent to open. Do I pack it the remaining days?
Sherry's saying open it. I don't even have to look at the chat. I know Sherry's saying open it.
Or do I open them today? So that I know if it's something I want to bring with me or not.
I feel like you should ask your Advent partner and that they should have the final vote on what they want to have done.
Fair.
Because if you're allowed to open it and she's fine with it, she should also have the same opportunity to open up hers all at once, too.
Fair. I mean, I'm not there to police the situation. She can do what she wants.
I got a project pack. Look at this. Look at this canvas project pack. Look at it.
Nice.
Look at this. So stoked. Exactly what I like my project bags to be. A bag. I am not a pocket, clear pouch, zippered inside, matching notions, DPN, add-on, caddies, fancy string zipper person. I am a bag with strings person. That is what I like. Also knows me well. What would I do with an inside pocket? What? Lose stuff. Forget that it's... No. I got a bag. I should probably open one of these for today too. I mean, my vote is to open it because then you're not traveling with it. But I also, in real life, know your mom and your mother-in-law. So I have a very good idea how much they're going to try to send home with you and Chris.
Mm-hmm.
So my thinking is, and I mean, you saw the list I gave you to bring for recording. Like, I made that as bare bones as possible because I know how much stuff you're coming home with. Like, I won't be surprised if you bring the sweater to me if I have to mail it to you to get it home.
I'm already looking at stuff and I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna fit. It's in the pile of things that I will bring if it fits.
Yeah. So it's like, and like you got my Christmas present from you. So like, there's a lot of stuff that you're bringing and taking home. So we're visiting Erin and her yarn office. So like, there are dangers aplenty when you get here. Dangers aplenty. So that's going on. So, I mean, my vote is open, but that's just from a sheerly practical physics standpoint.
Sherry votes open, Karen votes pack. Yeah.
But I think that the end vote has to be, the end vote has to be, you know, the person who's sharing your Advent with you. I also got little Notion DPN holders. Which I don't use for DPNs, but what I do is I like to stick my sock needles in them. So, you know, you get your socks on the circulars. Yep. So then I stick the sock needle part in here so that the needles, because I use Chow Goose, right? Maybe pointy. They'll go through a project bag pointy. So I do that, and then I can grab my needles, and I can find my needles quite easily, and it prevents the yarn from falling off the needles.
Fair. Okay, looks like we have more votes for open than pack, so it's going to get opened.
Cool. That works.
Elsa says like, that she doesn't think any of your teas from her are caffeinated.
No, so far they've been uncaffeinated, but I won't lie, I've been saving the wild apple and cinnamon for when Diana arrives because that's a Diana tea flavor and a Jocelyn tea flavor, and I wanted to share it. So I've been saving it. I've been drinking the turmeric gingers. Like, there's no tomorrow because I can't find any right now, and I love turmeric ginger tea. It helps settle my stomach. And since I've cut ginger ale out, I have massive digestive problems to start. What was I saying to my mom, and she was just like, it's like you're constantly 1 month pregnant. My mom's right. That's like
Oh
a
man,
child. That is what I'm suffering from when we sit and think about it. That's exactly what my body does. But that's just my
that's
that's
all right.
just my
I've got
day.
like early onset travel anxiety since like yesterday, so like I'm doing
Early.
great.
Why did you need to get it early? That seems
I don't know. Maybe
excessive.
because it's 3 weeks.
But you came down
Actually,
for like 3 weeks last time.
it was 2 weeks.
Was
I
it two
think.
weeks? Oh man,
I
you are
think the
so going
trigger
to be
for it
hiding at
actually
my.
was when people started being like, "Oh, Omicron, the numbers are going up." I think that,
I,
and then I'm like,
they are,
suddenly,
they are, but I mean, the holiday visit is for your family
yeah.
and me with podcasting, guys. I put my foot down. I made sure we were involved. I made sure that we were right under family. I made
Oh
sure of it.
yes, you
I was
actually have the
strongly
most
worded.
scheduled visits right now.
I do for a reason. 95% of them are for the podcast.
They're
But
for visiting live with the internet.
visiting live with the internet. But like I'm making the generalized assumption, like you have a niece and nephew who can't get vaccinated. Like you're not visiting
They have one
everybody
shot
you
now.
ever worked with. One of them will have had one shot. The other one's too young.
Uh,
It's only 9 and up, isn't it? Or is it 5 and up?
I thought it was 5 and up, because I seem to recall they both got vaccinated on the same day in early December.
Okay, in which case it's probably 5 and up because the youngest is 7, isn't she? But like
Sure,
I have
yeah.
friends who have toddlers who aren't even 3. So like
Yeah.
my list is highly restricted right now. Highly restricted. Like I've canceled all extraneous family plans. So outside of seeing my parents, who get their boosters in January, I think they were trying to get them early December, but didn't happen, and they've been
Yeah, I'm not
restricting
eligible here till
their own
January
time. So
for booster.
I won't be eligible for a while here in Manitoba, but we're just starting to. But like once we get over 150 cases a day, you know what happens to me? Like I'm into mostly lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
Ooh.
my parents are coming down, and I get to see them once to go shopping, once for Christmas, and then unless we're visiting in their hotel room or in my apartment, that's it. Because I can't be out around people. It's not allowed. It's not
Mm-hmm.
allowed. I think I have a gaming night with you and Mr. Diana and the mysterious Mr. B at your in-laws' house
Mm-hmm.
before Christmas. I think that's before Christmas. Yes, because that'll be the first time he's going home to see his parents after you guys land. Unless
Not
his
quite. Actually,
parents are also there
they're
for
picking
your
us up
landing.
from the airport actually,
Oh, okay, okay.
because my parents driving on the highway at early in the morning before the sun's up and the weather might be terrible, and
That's a bad idea. That's a bad
yeah, so
idea.
they're like, maybe you can just like be in the city for a few hours and we'll come get you once the sun's up.
That makes way more sense.
So we get to see everybody on the first day. Well,
Good.
all the parents on the first day.
Well, that's the important part.
Yeah.
Hey, more yarn. Oh man, this stuff's red. Yes, I'm opening my advent for today.
I got the cutest little stitch marker today. When I'm not peanut buttery, I'll fish it out.
And yes, I went looking for the smallest parcel I had left. Yeah, that's right.
Also was saying
This big
about the
fat
turmeric.
one, which I suspect is more yarn. It's going to be like the last day because it's the biggest one. Or
Also
this
was saying
one,
about
'cause it's
the
equal.
turmeric ginger tea. If you like them, I will send more. Or I think that was about that tea. But you might find puka tea in Canada as well.
I'm going to try to find it because I liked the. There was one my cousin sent me. It's different too, but it was a mint one. And I'm on the hunt for. I'm always on the. I cannot. The 2 times I've been to the grocery store in November, it's like I'm highly restricting that. If I go out to Path to Glory for the week, I don't buy groceries that week. So I'm literally alternating what I'm doing. Because again, I don't want to get Diana or Chris sick. I don't want to get the kids sick. I don't want anybody else to get sick. And being vaccinated doesn't mean you won't get sick. It just means you're less likely to die. And I think a lot of us have forgotten that. No, it just means you're less likely to die. You can still get that sick. Just reduces your chances. It doesn't mean they're gone. And Omicron is different.
Slightly less sick, as in not so sick you die.
Yeah. And Omicron is different, so they're starting to talk about the boosters as being helpful because it's enough of a variation that it might be having problems. But then people are talking about, oh, in Africa it's not as bad. I'm like, what's the median age in Africa is like what, 20? Our population median age has got to be much higher than 20. This one's got like a reindeer on it. I want to say caribou figure on it. It's red.
It's very pretty. We should talk about yarn and maybe like actually start with the segments. What's in your cup today?
Sure. I got 2 cups on the birthday. I have
also
the
says
always...
it's goat yarn, the red stuff.
It's goat yarn? I've never knit goat yarn. Now could be a shape of a goat that I was looking at. In a wonderful swag mug, which happens to have our banner on it. I'm left-handed, so this is always backwards. Which you can get from the Diana Created Shopify store. Ooh, I got some aqua. I know, water. It's fascinating. And I have some organic lemon ginger tea from Stash Teas. There was some talk this morning on the Discord about the holiday teas from Stash. I think I'm going to be ordering something online later. And by I think, I mean I will be. But I put that in the There's Always Time for Teacup. I don't have enough space to have 2 giant mugs side by side, so I had to go with regular people mugs today. So right now I'm drinking the water while my tea gets cool enough that I can drink it, because I literally put it in there piping hot.
And Karen says, if you've knit with mohair, then you've knit with goat. Because mohair is goat, apparently.
Yeah, that feels different than mohair.
Okay, different.
Not so different. Not so different that it wouldn't be like from the same animal. I can totally see that, but different probably in its processing, I'd imagine.
So first I will start with under my cup, because I got this cute coaster in my advent the other day.
And Phaedra, you cannot take the whole. I understand you were sick this morning and you're distressed. You got to give me foot space, buddy. She got sick this morning. I think it's like the 3rd time in her. She's 5 years old. That's like the 3rd time in her life she's ever been sick.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. So we were very distressed this morning, and I was woken up mid-sleep cycle.
Oh dear.
I didn't know why we were distressed till I found it. Oh, that irritated me. What's under your cup? I haven't forgotten. I just started talking over you.
I completely, and then I'm like trying to catch up on chat. Oh, brain space is low. I have this Worcester, however you pronounce that word, coaster.
Worcester sauce? Worcester sauce?
Something like that. You know, Worcester
sauce?
No, I'm Worcester, I think.
No, I don't think that's right. I think it's Worcester sauce. Worcester sauce?
Oh wait, this is gonna be because I'm mirrored today. It's backwards for everybody on the stream. I do apologize.
I am not in charge of any of the tech. I'm just not. As little of the tech as possible actually goes through me. Oh man, next week it's here.
Yep. Next week we got to figure out how to stream it from your place.
Woohoo!
That should be fun. Anyway, what's actually in my cup is, I'm trying to use up my coffee beans before we go, so I've got a cup of Americano from Smile Tiger Coffee. Here in,
oh yeah, you sent me some of their decaf ones. That was really good.
Yeah.
I liked it. It's tasty. Don't fret, guys. There's decaf coffee in the freezer. I was born yesterday. I have decaf teas. We're good.
I'm so excited.
All I can smell is tea tree oil and eucalyptus because of my hair.
Apparently it's pronounced Worcester. I think,
Worcester,
says Sherry.
So Worcestershire. So Worcester sauce. Okay, close enough. Nobody's here to hear me.
That speaks English. They spell things terribly wrong.
I'm sorry. Have you seen how we spell things?
It's like we don't even know how to use our own language.
We don't. We don't.
Yeah, Asa is backing up this supposition. So,
Worcestershire.
Sure, why not?
I was learning about kneecaps today from ologies. I don't know what to tell you.
and it fell out of my head.
Okay. I felt like you were going somewhere, so I'm sitting waiting.
Yep.
Nothing. All right.
Okay, what's in our cup? Cool threads? Cool threads is next.
I left the house all week.
I haven't really either much, but I'm wearing a sweater today.
Ooh.
It's my comfort fade.
Oh, that's right. That's on the cut. Oh, I forgot to bring my cowl because Erin was over and she snipped my cowl pom-poms for me. I guess they have pom-poms now. Functioning pom-poms.
Always on my hair. For the record, my hair is long enough that when I fully recline in this chair, it's on the floor and I have to be careful not to roll over it.
Uh-huh. Well, it's at your knees, babe.
Yeah. It was my arbitrary goal back in high school to grow my hair to knee length, and I'm like top of my kneecap as of last night I measured. So, yes, it only took like 13 years, but I got there.
What was the dare to me? To see if I could not cut it before it gets to my waist? And that was, what, 2 years? No, last summer. Yeah, last summer. And I am below my bra strap already. I usually cut it at this point because I'm irritated with it because it gets stuck into my armpits. It drives me bonkers. But no, Dan was like, well, you could just grow it out. And I was like, I could. And I took it as a dare. So, like, we're staying. And it's growing till it reaches the top of where pants would sit if I wore pants. Absolutely no longer than that.
Challenge.
My brain took it as a challenge. I'm not sure you actually posed the challenge, but my brain heard challenge, and you know what happens after that.
Okay, well, you have fun with this self-imposed challenge.
How long it will stay once it gets that long? Depends on when it gets there. If it gets there just before summer, for like a week, and then I'm cutting it. Or I'm going to die. But if it's like this time of year, I'll probably keep it to the following summer. Then I'll cut it because I'm going to die. It depends how good my braiding gets at that point. If I've gotten into intricate braid work or something, I might keep it. But right now, it's even fully braided. I'm still like, the braid's still like this wide.
Mm-hmm.
But it only comes to here.
When I braid this, it's still hip length.
Yeah.
Still gets in everything. A single braid does not cut it.
No, not anymore. Not at that length, it wouldn't. All right. You should do a Morgan Donner.
No. See, I would love that for about 20-25 minutes, and then I'd probably cry.
Freak. You would freak. It's not your thing. All right. I have a million projects to talk about. Do you have any cool threads? Other than your sweater?
That's my only cool thread, I think, aside from my usual scarf and socks.
Yeah,
the River's Wrap
count
being
socks.
My usual scarf.
1, 2.
That's all of that. I have several things, but one of the things is a present for you, and one of the things is a present for your cat.
I'm sure we can talk about the one for my cat.
I figured, so it's sitting on my desk. Well, I mean, the one for you is sitting on my desk too, but I figure I can't talk about that one, so...
I was thinking I'd have to have an emergency backup gift for you if Dad didn't have time to go get the not emergency backup gift for you. Turns out Dad had time.
Perfect.
So I don't need the imaginary. I don't need the emergency backup Christmas present for you anymore.
Is it an imaginary emergency?
Nope, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. I don't need it anymore, so that's a thing. But...
I mean, you could give it to me anyway.
Well, I left.
What you want? It's fine.
Now, I mean, my dad was in a yarn store, so like I was on speaker, so it was like I was in the yarn store.
Nice.
Helping him pick out your Christmas present. Because I called my mom in a panic last week and said, "Oh my God, I give Diana yarn from Saskatoon. Where did I not go this year?" My mom's like, "No, to the yarn store." It's a tradition. It's a silly tradition, but it's my tradition. And I like it.
Catching up on chat. Sherry
Absolutely.
asks, do you have the urge to cut it after it gets knee length? No, my new arbitrary goal after that is going to be ankle length. I just want to see how long it'll go because, like, in theory, everybody's got a
She's just
maximum length
afraid of
that their hair will
scissors.
grow. Like, it just doesn't grow longer. Like, the way the hair on the rest of your body just doesn't grow longer. So I'm curious to see how long the hair on my head will actually grow. At this point, it's just an experiment. I just want to know.
For science.
It's a fact finding mission.
The fact finding mission. Okay.
And Asa, did you get my card?
I got Diana's card. It has a penguin
Maybe?
on it.
Hang on, I have to check the cards. I don't remember who all I've got them from.
Check the cards. I don't remember all who I've gotten cards from. And I'm pretty sure everyone's cards from me, even though I mailed them at the end of November, are going to be late.
That's from Tracy.
Ah, the curse of Jocelyn strikes again. It's fine, whatever. Everybody enjoy your late Christmas cards. You're welcome. I kind of remember to mail those at like
no, I do
the
not
end
have
of
a Christmas card from Asa yet. So unfortunately, I suspect the remainder of the Christmas cards will show up on like Monday after I'm gone. That's okay. I'm terrible about taking Christmas cards down, so they will just sit there until like I might think about taking them down around my birthday in March.
That's a long time to leave them up. I might leave your penguin card up for a while because I love penguins.
Oh, perfect. I don't think I knew that. I picked penguins because it was the thing I could paint that looked like it was supposed to.
Oh, no, I love penguins. Penguins are like my winter Christmas creature. They're the ones that I'm always like, penguin! Really
perfect.
I knocked my hand lotion down on my cat. She's literally right at my feet, guys.
And I'm sure she's very offended now.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure I'm getting a look.
Okay. Let's think of cool threads. Woolly workings. We have woolly workings. That means I have 1, 2, 3.
Jocelyn goes
sort of
first.
4 things.
Okay, I understand. Jocelyn goes first a lot. Okay.
Hey, 4 things is more than my average.
I got 5. I think just 5.
I mean, like, I technically have 5, but I can't talk about the one that's for you.
I have 5. That's not including the ones I can't talk about because they're check-in knitting. That's 5 I can talk about. Wow, this hand lotion smells amazing, Elsa. Oh, so good. Okay, so we're like what? 6 days out from Christmas? 7 days out from Christmas?
Something like that. 7 days?
Probably got around to starting crocheting some dishcloths from my mom. Because my mom requested dishcloths. I did 4 of them in one night in 2 hours.
Nice.
Just need to
Very
weave in
speedy.
some ends. So I'm gonna do some more because why not? Then she can have like other colors. But I was like Monday night. I'm like, I promised Mom those dishcloths. I know they don't take a lot of time. I might as well just make a bunch. So I have another Bernadette skein, a little tiny one. So I'm gonna make some more in that colorway, which will be 4 more. And Mom wanted 4, so I'll give 2 to her and 2 to my sister. There we go, done. So 4 FOs. Dishcloths are really fast and speedy, guys. They take no time. I can do a pot holder in like 2.5, 3 hours. Louise is going to do a pot holder. It's one of her chickens. One of my pot holders, ones I designed.
Nice. Very nice.
I got exactly 1 day into the crochet advent along with Bella Coco this week. It's the one where it's like almost done because we've got 7 days to Christmas, and I started it 3 days ago. And I've done 1 day.
Okay.
And then I got sidetracked with 8-bit nonsense. So it's a whole story, people. There's drama. It's a thing.
Drama.
It's a thing.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm annoyed as all get out about this bloody thing. So I'm not annoyed with these snowflakes. So day 1, she has you make seven wee snowflakes. I'm trying to pick one that looks. Some of them need some shaping.
That's fine.
Some of them are better than others. That's what this is about. So you had to get 11 centimeters in diameter, and she was doing 4 millimeter hook, and I think she had like a DK or fingering or worsted or something. Anyway, it looked pretty stiff. I did fingering, and in this case, I'm using my white color is some impeccable wool like, which is ultra fine, so I'm holding it double. And I ended up using a 5 millimeter hook to get the gauge she wanted. So here's my approximately 11 centimeters wide snowflake. I made 7 of these. There are 4 rounds.
Those are so speedy and so cute.
They're so dang adorable. I kind of want to make a couple of smaller ones for Christmas ornaments next year. But the next one, which I watched clues 1 through 12. So like I know what's coming up. I still have no idea what's being made, but I know what's coming up. So I just need to sit down and do them. So I have to pick my colors because I obviously didn't buy the Bella Coco Advent. So my colors aren't predetermined for me. So because it's Christmassy, I don't know what it is. I'm going to enjoy it anyway. And we're at a fingering weight. I'm going to use some of the Aran yarn that I have, the Fireweed Fabrico yarn that is Christmas colored. Not all of it, but I'm going to pick one skein out to be like a multicolored variegated skein for some sections to use throughout, just to give it a bit of pop. And then I'm going to stick to whites and grays and stuff, and then that nice pop of color through. So a lot of it's going to be the wool ease held double, because that gets me gauged. So my next one is, I think, because you do a little hexagon around your snowflake in day 2, so I'm going to do that in Aran yarn.
Oh, that'll be so nice.
Yeah, and then I'm just going to randomly pop the Aran yarn in as we go. Otherwise, I'm going to use the whites and the 2 shades of gray and the woolies that I have. Then it's going to be snow colored, like snowstorm colored, whites, grays with that pop of color in there. So, and since I got 2 skeins from a mystery gift giver this week, I have skeins to do that with. That's right. I got surprise presents today.
I saw those.
The other day.
That's
surprise presents.
Nice.
Somewhere. Anyway, I gotta keep talking because wow, I got a lot of stuff.
Let's see. This is in fact 1 week away. Also uses your test knit pot holder more or less every day.
They're my most used items on the planet. Those bloody pot holders. I don't know where I put the yarn. I put it somewhere, probably away in its cubby hole. That's what I'm programmed to do.
Somewhere in a safe place.
No, I suspect it's in the cubby hole. When I turn around, it'll be right there. But there you go. I had initially been thinking, because I'd wound this up, because this is her candy cane one. I had been thinking this one. Because it'll be light to go with the grays.
It is. What do you make with 7 snowflakes?
I don't know, but I think it's a blanket. I think it's like a baby blanket or a wall hanging or something like that. I have no idea what we're making. Not a hot clue. That's because I've watched them, but not enough to put my brain together. I've just gone, okay, that technique in this day, and we're connecting it here, and this is like that sort of watching. I haven't been like, what is it? Should I puzzle it? I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to have fun making it. It's going to be a Christmas thing. I have no Christmas decorations, so I will use it for something. Even if it's just the runner on top of my freezer, so my freezer looks decorative. Like, there will be a use for it when I am done. So,
oh yes,
I am not worried. It also means I can use some of that Aran yarn that I wind up, because we bought little tiny Christmas ornament balls, and I want to crochet a cover over them, and they're like gold colored. So,
oh no, okay, got it.
That's the thing.
Almost dropping stitches.
That's 1. That's 2. I should talk about 3. And then you can go, and then we can alternate.
Okay.
You said you had 3 or 4? Let's have 4.
I mean, there's additional cat toys that are not for your cat.
I have 3 left that I can talk about. 2, 3. I have 3 left. So you should go.
Okay. Put that
because
down. Shall I start with the big finished object?
Yes, please.
Okay. 1 second.
Because if it is what I think it is, you get to help me. Oh, no, it's not. It's the other thing. No, you can't show that, because you got to give it to your mother. No, wait, your mom doesn't watch YouTube. She's on Instagram. Yeah. So, yeah, that's not the thing I think it is. It's the cardigan.
It is the cardigan.
Yesterday.
I have not trimmed any of the ends. The ends are all woven in. Don't mind the ends. They are woven in. They're just not trimmed.
Well, you trim after you block, so.
Yes, it is in fact actually washed and blocked. I just literally picked it out of the laundry this morning though, so
Okay.
I have not trimmed the ends yet. So disregard the ends, but look at this. Oh wait, my hair's in the way. This was poorly thought out. But look at this. Look at this. It's so pretty. It's pretty.
Is it like pretty enough you need one for yourself? Pretty?
I don't know that it is. Honestly, like I like it, but it's definitely more my mom's style than mine.
Okay.
But I'm gonna wear it for a minute while I talk about it.
Sure.
Because I'm just really pleased with how it came out. I fixed my shoulder seam that was bad. So now
That was funny.
they look
No, I mean
the same.
I finished that moonbow shadow cardigan. Moonbow cardigan, the cardigan I was doing in November. I remember how I was going to redo that one sleeve because I didn't like the seam.
Yeah.
I have to redo both sleeves because one sleeve was inside out. So my impeccably wonderful seam is inside. Anyway.
Oh no!
Yeah. Erin rescued me, guys. She pulled it apart because she was like, "How would you?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "But the seam." I'm like, "Yeah, no, it's gorgeous." She's like, "You could just turn the other sleeve inside out." How I'm like, "I could, but I won't because I don't like that."
Oh my gosh.
She wasn't wrong though. It hurt to take that seam out because it was a flippin' gorgeous seam. Like I'm was invisible. It just disappeared.
Like then look at this arm seam and this.
No, it looks good.
Side seam like that. This. I put a lot of effort into the seaming. I'm very pleased with it. I don't like seaming. It went faster than I thought it would. But when I had to redo the shoulder seam because I'd somehow, despite all of my measuring, I'd done the one side like a good 1.5 inches shorter than the other one. It's like, no. The only thing that I don't like is that despite, I'm quite certain I made these sleeves, interesting how that seam turned out. I'm quite certain that I made these sleeves several inches longer than the pattern called for. And I did that on purpose because my mom has longer arms than I do. And they're still just long enough for me. Like, just.
You taking an extra ball with you in case you need to add length?
Yeah, I'm taking a ball and needles with me so I can, because I swear I'm going to add at least 1 more inch when we get there. But I'll have my mom try it on and see exactly how much is required. And maybe she actually wants it to go, like, extra long, so, like, she might have, like, really long eyes. So they're knit top down, so I can just undo the bind off and
do more ribbing.
Do some more ribbing, so it's not a huge deal. I can just make it longer. So there's that. It's done. The 1 month sweater in 7 weeks.
Well, if you take out the week you lost when you traveled, you did it in 6 weeks, so you could push to do a 4-week sweater, but a 6-week is comfortable for you.
Yeah, if it had less stuff going on, like if it didn't have, the mosaic took forever. I don't like mosaic because you have to knit every row twice, and I don't like it. I would have preferred to figure out how to do Fair Isle backwards, because then you only have to do each row once. Anyway, so Peyton's Alpaca-Blend in toffee for the brown and blueprint for the blue. And it's excessively cozy, actually. I'm really warm right now. It's like warmer than the sweater I had on before. It's so warm.
Good.
Which will be perfect.
And it's done on time.
It's done on time.
Oh,
I can pack it. Give it to my mom tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Guess I should trim my ends first. Oh, the name of the pattern. Right. Thank you, Nikki, for reminding me to say the name of the pattern. The name of this sweater is the Boho Throw. I don't remember the designer name. I can look it up. It is the Boho Throw by Boho Chick Fiber Co. Annie Lupton. So, Boho Throw. It's done. it's done, it's done, it's done, it's done, it's done, it's done. But yeah, if I did something less busy, I could totally do it in 4 weeks at a bulky, which is good to know.
Yes, it is good to know. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it looks amazing. So I'm really excited that it's done and it gets to go in time. But yeah, trim those ends before you pack it.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure you're not going to be trimming ends while you're visiting with people day one.
No.
That's not really
I'll
a
trim
day
some ends
one
before
thing.
I should probably wrap it, but honestly, it's probably just gonna get like.
It's your mom. She has to know that you're not a rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm taking this off. It's really warm. I'm excessively warm. Oh god.
Excessively warm.
Oh, excessively warm. Somehow the 100% wool sweater is less warm.
It's because alpaca is warmer than wool, and acrylic
doesn't breathe.
Doesn't breathe, so it is also warmer than wool.
But this is breathe. Like notably cooler.
Yes, wool breathes. Wool is a great insulator for both directions. It'll help keep you warm and it will help keep you cool, and it does it a lot better than a lot of other fibers.
Oh, Elsa's helping me out. She says it'll take up less space if it's unwrapped. Yes, don't have to wrap it.
It's true. It will. There is this. Yeah, no, the logic is sound. The logic is sound. All right. Let's start with the boring of my last 3 projects. The one I'm currently working on because we're recording while we're YouTubing. I'm awake. Which does remind me that we have to apologize to people who listen to us on audio podcasts.
Oh yeah, because I have not been putting up the audio. I tried really hard the other night, but my computer hard drive, my C drive, is very full. And apparently, despite trying to save things to my D drive and not my C drive, it's still
just going to your C drive. It won't go to the D drive.
Well, it's just failing saying the drive is full. I'm like, but I'm not telling you to go to the drive that's full. I'm telling you to go to the drive that I specifically cleared 150 gigabytes on. So I don't
have to take a look to see why your D drive isn't holding things correctly. I don't know. I made a very, very small amount of progress on my large sweater. I call it the large sweater. I really, really want this sweater. I really find stockinette in the body boring. So I've been knitting on it at bed when I go to sleep. So you can see from this progress keeper, I fall asleep. Great. Knit, not so much.
Not too many sleepless nights is what you're saying.
There's rarely sleepless nights for me. Sleep is not the problem. It's consciousness that's the issue. So slow, painful progress is being made on this. Now, I know it's going to be worth it in the end, and I'm going to have a really lovely black sweater with some beautiful golden tweed bits to it. But I'm at that part where if you do top down, this is like the last slog to get to your hem. Only I'm doing the slog in reverse, so we'll see how this goes. This is about the part in the sweater project where I put it down, walk away for a month because I cannot handle it anymore. I'm so done with in the round knitting. But I'm doing it first, so we'll see if it helps. Because obviously once I'm making the body longer than the pattern calls for. And I think the only other things I changed about the pattern, the only things I've changed about the pattern so far is I did not do 4 inches of hem ribbing, and I did not split the hem. Mostly because I don't like split hems and I don't enjoy ribbing. So I made those modifications understanding what I'd done to myself. But I do need it to be long enough that I can wear with leggings, which are not pants. So it has to be tunic length. So I am committed to a lot of body knitting.
Yeah.
So this is going to take a hot minute. That's why there's no deadline for this one, because it's going to take a hot minute. It is being done out of some impeccable tweed, which is an acrylic yarn, which will keep me nice and toasty. And because it is acrylic, I can just wash it and go. My hand wash collection of items keeps growing. And I'm really liking this year that I've been adding to the put it in the washing machine collection because boy, that's nice to do too. But yeah, I've made next to no progress on this. And I think it's because it's that boring mid body slog work, and you're just like, ugh. And I'm also going to bed, and I'm so tired that I'm knitting like 6 stitches and falling asleep. Is chat
Sherry
being
says,
funny?
leggings are pants. I will die on this hill.
You can die on that hill. You will still be wrong. Uh, but you are more than welcome to call that your Alamo and hunker down. They're not pants. They're not pants. They're not pants. Are they
Trace is also
comfortable?
helping me out.
Yes.
If I don't wrap the sweater, it's better for the environment.
It's true. You would be saving.
Perfect.
I know. I've made the decision to inform my family this year that next year it will be reusable bags. I'm not buying paper. I'm not buying wrapping paper. They'll get reusable fabric bags with Christmas patterns on them. I'm done with the waste.
I might hop on this bandwagon partly for the environment, but mostly because I hate wrapping stuff, and I've been seeing lots of stuff show up in my social media feeds for the just the like big squares of fabric, the furoshiki. I'm probably saying that wrong, but the Japanese just wrap it up in a bit of cloth,
Yes.
and it looks so cute. And like,
Yes, it terribly is. And yeah, no, that's roughly where it's coming from. It's just I'm done. I'm done. It's so bloody wasteful that this year I'm telling my family I'm out. But I'm gonna buy Christmas fabric obviously when it goes on sale after Christmas.
I feel like this is the way to go. There's some Christmassy fabric and just hem the edges and then call it a day.
Pretty much. So that's one of those ones that I've been eyeballing a bit for the homemade house sort of stuff. The idea of moving to a less wasteful existence. So I'm doing that. I'm also trying to find a local to me person who collects compost, so then I can start composting because I can collect my vegetable waste, and boy, do I make vegetable waste. And then rather than it going to the landfill, it can go to gardenings and like be useful instead of consuming more space and making more toxic fumes and things. So that's sort of the direction I've been moving very, very slowly, but I'm starting to get pretty serious about it. So slowly but surely we get there. Slowly but surely we get there. So
it's one step at a time.
It's always one step at a time, as long as it's in the right direction. And not over dumb things like straws. What? I read the science. I did the math. Well, other people did the math. I read their math. That was the thing we got up in arms about, that it makes it makes no difference. It makes so little no difference, it's not even funny. Like, straws were not the problem. Straws are not the problem.
It's not even at a consumer level that it's really the problem. It's at an industry level, and like,
not a problem. It's like less than 1%. Less than 1%.
I mean, like,
but it is an accessibility problem. I mean, don't get straws automatically, so you don't have as many straws. But think about somebody with multiple like MS or cerebral palsy. What are you doing?
There's a squirrel that's like half fallen down a tree because the thing he's got in his mouth is so big. I don't even know what it was, but he was like falling down the tree head first with this thing in his mouth.
Wasn't giving up that source of calories, was he?
Absolutely. And we have the giant black squirrels that are like small cats.
Oh, Jesus.
So like suddenly there's this giant goth squirrel like falling out of a tree next to my window. I was a little distracted. I apologize.
That's fair. The counter argument for the straws is, okay, don't offer them with every drink on the face of the planet. Not necessary. Offer all drinks like you offer water without straws. But leave straws as a question that could be requested for, because there are a lot of people who have mobility issues who cannot drink unless they have a straw. And they get looked down on, and they get berated for having to use a straw while out in public. Otherwise, they physically cannot consume liquids on their own. What? Add that to the math of less than 1%.
To be made to feel.
We really should be mandating composting, not removal of straws.
I love that we have composting here. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah. So whatever.
Also says we sort
I've got.
household waste and it is collected separately. Not totally sure what it is used for, but I do store my garbage in like 5 different containers. 5 different containers.
Mhm.
I guess we do 4. There's garbage, compost, and then paper recycling and everything else recycling.
Mhm. But recycling isn't standard across the country. So, like here in Winnipeg, we don't recycle glass.
Oh, Nikki's
Like,
saying, my daughter can drink from a cup. She needs a straw and she has CP. And because it takes her so long to drink her drink and she drools a lot, the paper ones are no good for her. Oh,
no, no, no.
fair. I hate the way the paper ones feel.
They're looking at ones where they want to start making straws that the same way they make some of the compostable containers and forks and stuff out of corn. So guess what that
Yeah.
means for me? I can't eat it at all. So it's literally eliminating my ability to ever eat out again, unless I'm dining in a restaurant. That blows. That
Lisa
blows.
says, I can't drink without a straw without spilling. Sippy cups for grown-ups, please.
See, whereas if I have a straw, there's a poking eyeball danger hazard occurring because I can't see the damn straw. So I don't want a straw, but I super understand that some people A, want straws, and B, need straws, and C, it's not the straws. The straws are not going to reverse climate change. That is not the molehill we need to be jumping on.
I guess people like to feel like they're helping, and it's something, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's, I don't know. We'll see where it goes, but whatever. It's fine. It's a thing.
Oh, damn. The paper straws. Because the paper straws would break down and she ends up with paper in her mouth and thus a choking hazard. I
Yes.
hadn't considered that. Oh,
They're
God.
quite
That's
dangerous.
like the opposite of what a straw is supposed to do.
Oh yeah, I know. I know.
Lisa says, must have a lid with the straw. Eye pokey things are real.
Eye pokey things are real, man. It is such a danger. And everybody puts, because I like to order ginger ale when I'm at restaurants. Hey, I don't, I, to ask Diana, I drink water, tea, coffee, or ginger ale. And right now I can't have caffeinated anything. So, and ginger ale is strictly restricted to restaurants. So only when I'm dining out am I allowed to have it because I'm trying to cut it out of my diet otherwise. They always put a straw in. They always put a straw in. And what's the first thing I try to do? Jab my eyeball. Now, I come with protective eyewear. They're called glasses. They're
Mm-hmm.
not perfect because that's not what they're designed for. But the number of times my glasses have saved me from poking my eyeball with a straw is intense. Like I just have to start taking them out. When I order a ginger ale, I just have to start going, I'm blind. Please do not put a straw in my drink because all I'm going to do is stab my eye with it. Don't do it. Please don't do the straw thing. Half the time they don't listen anyway, but I really have to get on it and start being about as harsh with that as I am about my food allergies.
Mm.
Or I'm running my hand around my whole cup to find my straw. Like I can't figure out what to do. I don't know where it is.
I figure the straw thing, at least from my experience working in food service, even when people like give you a special request, like the normal thing to do is just so deeply ingrained that you'll like get to the table and you're like, ah, you told me not to do that. I'm so sorry. I'll go do it again.
It's because it's a programmed behavior, and it's fine. Like
Yeah.
it's a thing. It happens. It's not the end of the world. But I need to start unprogramming people for that particular behavior. I think so. That's okay. It's one of those ones that took me forever to figure out what the spoon on top of the empty teacup or coffee cup meant. I had no idea for the longest time. Never worked hospitality. I had no idea what that meant.
Which what meant?
When you put your spoon on top of your empty teacup or empty coffee cup when you're at restaurants,
What does that mean? I don't know what that means. They didn't train me
don't
for this food
refill.
service job, by the way.
Don't refill. So if you walk
Ah.
past an empty coffee cup, you're supposed to stop and ask if they want a refill. But if they put the spoon on top, that's their way of saying, I don't want any. So you're not interrupting what the customer's doing. It took me forever to figure that out. And that's because I had to ask. Like, I'm going to ask because I don't know what the spoon thing's about. And it was explained to me. I'm like, what the heck? That makes so much sense. So as a waiter or like as a person who's walking around doing the coffee refills or tea refills, if you see the spoon, you know they don't want any. So you're not bugging them.
You also don't have to walk all the way over there. It's great.
Yeah. No wonder. I just like, oh, that's so good. That's right up there with like weird manners we've gotten rid of, and I don't think we should have, but that's okay. I have two things left. I have my shawl and I have my 8-bit sweater. What does also say?
Also saying, I want a Coca-Cola advent calendar this year, but I hardly ever drink pop or soft drinks. So I gave it to my niece for her family. Big grins from the children. There's a Coca-Cola advent calendar? I guess, I don't know why I'm so surprised. My grocery store was doing cheese advent calendars, and I thought really hard about it, so.
There's a Nightmare Before Christmas advent calendar. There's a Funko Pop Nightmare Before Christmas advent calendar.
You don't have these things because why?
They're much monies.
Well, oh, fair.
I don't have adult monies to make adult purchases like buying glow-in-the-dark dinosaur underwear.
I love my glow-in-the-dark dinosaur underwear. Actually, it's only the unicorn skeletons that glow.
That's fine.
It is fine.
I'm not an adult. I don't have adult money for doing those sorts of things with. It's not how that works for me.
I'm a grown-up with grown-up money that I get to spend on grown-up things like glow-in-the-dark dinosaur underwear.
With glow-in-the-dark dinosaur underwears. Crazy pants. So yeah, no, all I have left is my shawl and my 8-bit sweater. So I don't know what you've got left. You want to do cat toys? I'll do shawl and then we'll wrap up with 8-bit sweaters?
I actually haven't worked on my 8-bit sweater. I haven't touched it since last time. I mean, I can show it off again if you want, but I actually haven't touched it.
All right.
I was busy doing other stuff.
I will talk about my shawl then. Is it my turn? Is it your turn? I don't know.
I don't know.
Somebody's turn.
I mean, like,
if you need me, I will be in my flow.
So when I tap these Bluetooth earbuds, it'll start playing whatever media I had going before, and apparently the tab with the because I was doing a soundtrack before you got on, so I just opened up Instagram and had one of our reels going, and so I accidentally tapped my earphone just now, and it was like, I will be in my fluff tortilla.
Yeah.
Okay.
You seen the one? I think I shared it. It's one of the. I've seen it pop up a couple of times. It's usually women, and they're washing and folding laundry, and the soundtrack is hate, 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 double hate, and then when it comes to folding the laundry, it's loathe entirely. You're like, oh, that's accurate.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I'm like, ooh, that sums it up. But I mean, I also like the Hobgoblin. Is that her name on Instagram? She does she's got the D&D characters that she cosplays, I guess. Well, they're her characters. Would it be a cosplay? Oh wait, she dresses up
like them. Original characters.
And she dresses up and does little snippets of them. And I love her Vampire Poppy. She just did one where it was like, oh, excuse me, morsel. And I'm like, yes. He's so good. The things that amuse me, guys. I was also amused by a sea shanty being sung to the picture of a puppy leading a group of ducklings. So we cannot take me seriously at all. I made more progress on my Endless Summer Adventure shawl. I made a lot of progress on my Endless Summer Adventure shawl. We were at the big switch where we got more garter stripes and fewer of the eyelet lace sections, as opposed to the beginning where it was all eyelet with small sections of garter striping. So we are down to the last bit. I have a progress keeper somewhere in here, but it's so far down I don't know where it is anymore. So far down. I am officially out of the alpaca, which is technically true. I have 11 grams of the alpaca left, but I had 21 grams of the alpaca left before I did this last stripe. And I have a 12-row section before my next eyelet stripe. So I'm done. I'm going to save that leftover alpaca now that I've punched the microphone. Here I am, all the way down here. Now that I've punched the microphone with it, I'm going to save the last of the alpaca for mending. Because he's also made the fingerless mittens, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I found my stitch marker. It's all the way down here.
Oh, yeah, I was going to show off my cute little thing that I got.
So I am over 100 stitches per row now, and then some. But I have a lot of this DK from Erin left, and it's the cactus colorway. I know it's something else, but I call it the cactus colorway now.
Saguaro.
Like I still have a bunch left. So I'm going to keep going because I can easily get through this 12 row section, garter section, which I'll do in this colorway, and a 6 row section, and possibly another garter section. Like I'll have to start watching my weight here shortly. Like I'm going to weigh it after I've done this 12 row section and start watching my grams so that I have enough for my bind off. So I'm going to be 2/3 color striped. As you can see from holding the shawl, we're getting towards the other arm end. So I'm going to be 2/3 color striped, and the last third is just going to be cactus. Saguaro. Saguaro? Saguaro?
Saguaro.
Saguaro. So I also can't spell it, so there's that too. So I'm gonna do that. Or is this a 6 row section? This might be a 6 row section because that looks like a 12 row section. Might have done too many rows, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Technically, no. Okay, cool. So that's going on. So I'm continuing to make progress. And the reason I was making progress on this madly was because this was going to be your backup Christmas present if the yarn didn't come down. So now I still want to get it finished because really now I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, listen, you're like 2 or 3 repeats from being finished. Just get it done. But at the number of stitches I am currently at on this needle, a row is almost a whole anime episode. This is a 40-inch cord, guys. This is a 40-inch cord, and we're still bunched up.
Oh man, and that's gonna block. That's gonna be massive.
Huge. Huge and drapey. Well, I figured it made a good backup present, like this huge drapey blocked with matching fingerless mittens for you.
Holy crap.
That would have been a really good backup present. You
yeah.
can spend more money. I have time. So I'm fine
Fair.
making things. But that's fine. Dad came to the rescue. So I get to keep this. Unless I just randomly decide
That's
you
what
need
you
it anyway.
think.
Yeah, she comes over, she puts it on her head, it goes out the door with her, and I'll be like, for the love of, that's your birthday present. Don't ask me for anything in March.
No,
She's walking down the stairs. No problem, thanks.
There will definitely be a picture of it with it, picture of me with it on my head, but
and the fingerless mittens, I'd imagine.
Oh yes.
So, progress continues. I am currently rewatching Monthly Girl Nozaki-kun, which is, man, okay, it is not an anime I recommend to people to start with. You have got to like the ridiculous that is anime.
That one was quite silly, as I recall.
It is quite over the. It's like my housemate's a cat. Like you just there's some animes that are not for intro purposes. That's one of them, and that's not because it's dirty, because it's not. It's actually quite clean for an anime. It's just it is so over the top that if you don't want that absurd humor aspect, you're not going to enjoy it. I mean, if you do, it's flippin' delightful.
It lends itself so well to the high school setting because everything in high school is a huge deal in the end of the world, and it just captures that really well.
It's beautiful, but if you never watched anime, that is not the place to start. Or you'll think it's all like that, and it is not all like that.
No, anime can be very, very serious and actually downright boring.
And it can be beautiful and heartwarming, and it can teach you things, and it can open your mind, and it can also literally be all about gratuitous shots of people's undergarments. There's a range.
There's very
a range.
Very wide range.
Well, I don't need to be in the comment section anymore because you're here. Close that down. Okay, so hopefully Boxing Day I have an FO. I mean, nice. You guys won't see the other dishcloth FOs. I'll just be like, and I made 4 more dishcloths because I'll give them away. It's a dishcloth. It's not that interesting.
I was gonna show off my progress keepers like an hour ago, and I forgot. So I pulled them out now.
Okay.
So today I opened this cute little owl. Let's see how close I can get. Focus on the owl. There we go.
Okay.
Look at the cute little owl. It's a little purple owl with blue wings. And then earlier in my advent calendar, I got this cute little
Gotta block more of your face.
There we go.
There you
dragon. There's a little dragon.
Oh, so good.
So I have 2 more progress keepers now, which is great. Means I need to start 2 more projects, right?
Yes. Well, I have an empty project bag. Like, gotta solve that problem real fast.
Absolutely. Okay, let's talk about cat toys.
Absolutely. How's
I'm
chat
sure
doing?
absolutely everybody wants to hear
chat.
about how I knit like 1.5 rows on the cuff of the even heel socks.
Yes, we do.
Even heel socks by Nikki Knits, Belted Kingfisher by Fireweed Fiber Co. Okay, we're done with that one.
Listen, I will raise you that, and I will show you. I found the finished sock.
Hey!
Can I find
progress.
the sock I'm working on? No.
No.
No, I can't.
That's fine.
I don't know where it is. It's somewhere in this apartment, because it has not left this apartment since the last time I talked about it on the podcast. So it exists in 600 some odd square feet of apartment. I cannot find it. And I am currently cleaning for my mother to come visit, so you know I'm cleaning.
I hope you find it. Maybe it's under the couch. Maybe Phaedra took it.
Bloody sock. Where did I put the sock? Where? Oh no, see, listen, I've been stepping on cat toys like nobody's business, and she keeps bringing them over to her food dishes. The stuffed mice have been over at her food dish. 3 or 4 of them every day. Like, they're not dead. Why are they here? In her food dish sometimes. What are you doing? Are you bringing them over to eat with you? Like, I don't know what you're doing with these cats.
They're snacks for later, or maybe they're gifts for you. I don't know. She's hunted and killed them.
I pull them out, I clean them off, I put them back on the floor. Just, I don't know.
Catch up on chat real quick.
Absolutely.
This is going back several minutes, but when we were talking about cheese advent calendars, also saying I love blue cheese and gingerbread cookies, like a together thing. I must know, blue cheese and gingerbread as like a together thing or just 2 things, because
blue cheese is a strong cheese.
It's a strong choice. I'm not into it.
Gingerbreads are strong, but not like loathe entirely. Gingerbread would be an okay pairing with blue cheese because they're both strong enough flavors. You wouldn't lose the gingerbread to the blue cheese. I don't know why you'd ruin perfectly good gingerbread with cheese, but that's fair.
But yes, people.
I'm not into cheese.
Laundry is loathe entirely, or also says folding is not the problem, but I wish it could move to its place in the wardrobe alone. Really? That's the part that's so interesting.
That's where I bog down. I will fold my laundry and I will leave it on my bed. I will I will leave it on my bed for the week on the half of the bed I don't sleep on.
Really?
And I can't take it the less than 2 feet
folded,
from my dressers.
Like, putting it away for me is like 2 extra seconds, so that's not the part it's the folding it. It just lumps on top of my dresser.
I don't have a problem folding it at all. I love folding it. Putting it away is the problem. Struggle with it so much.
Oh, and yes, I have new Christmassy nails, which I will show off on top of this white thing. Here's Phaedra's toy for Christmas.
Woo, woo, that's nice and big.
But also, I have sparkly Christmas nails. Sparkly, sparkly, sparkly. But yeah, so Phaedra's getting a giant toy. It's, it's big.
It's big. Which is good, because the little one kept getting lost, and then I think she ate part of it, and then she loves that wool. She lost.
So this may get eaten real quick.
She's gonna love it to death, but at least I can find it for her quicker.
It wiggles so nice.
Somebody's gonna make a dirty joke.
It's big and it wiggles so nice.
Someone's gonna make a dirty joke, and you did it to yourself. We're Are you sure? Having
My
me
brain was
helps
not there
with
until
it?
you put it there.
How did your brain not get there? Do you not who? What?
I don't
Hello,
know.
who
My
do we
brain
hang
didn't
out
go
with?
there.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. My mind was not in the gutter this morning. Now it is. Thank you.
Well, teaches you to get up in the morning and not put your brain in the gutter. You should know better.
Also says, with the blue cheese and gingerbread, it is a together thing. And gingerbread cookies, the gingerbread cookies we have are really good. And blue cheese and gingerbread are strong and spicy together.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Still
I mean, I
like
still
blue
wouldn't
cheese,
do it because I don't eat cheese.
but that's a very interesting pairing. I'm
Yeah, no,
very
I could
intrigued
totally
by
see that
food
pairing.
pairings like that.
I could totally see that pairing being thing. Like, I would super be on board to eat gingerbread cookies beside also while she eats gingerbread and cheese cookies, but I don't eat cheese. So.
Sherry, you can say whatever is in your head. It's fine. You can stop biting your tongue.
There was no way people were gonna make a dirty comment.
Apparently, everybody went to the dirty comment. I'm just like, no, it's a nice tale.
I regularly
Fine,
hang out.
you're all 15-year-old boys. I get it. I get it.
Actually hang out with 15-year-old boys. I hang out with men who work blue-collar jobs like drive trains. I have never in my life had more dirty comments in a public place than I have with 3 grandmothers while knitting and having lunch in the middle of the afternoon who were perfectly sober.
Fair. It's 15-year-old boys and grandmothers have the dirtiest minds.
I mean, my abs hurt. I laughed so hard, and it was absolutely what we needed to do that day. But I'm pretty sure we scared other patrons in that restaurant. And I am positive the 2 youngest at the table were not doing it. I was one of the 2 youngest at the table.
So while we're recording today, I'm working on a much smaller version of the cat toy. I need to make let's see, I made the giant one for Phaedra, but then my brother has a cat.
So
My
Gilbert will get some more.
My friend got a cat. My friend got 2 cats. I need to knit at least 5 more of these.
So you can give them out as gifts.
Oh, and the kids have a cat. I need to knit 6 more of these.
Okay. Which kids have a cat?
The niece and nephew have a cat.
Oh, they got a cat?
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Luna. Not to be confused with
sweet.
my friend's dog, Luna. Not to be confused with
Luna's
my
a
other friend's
really
cat, Luna.
common pet name. Yeah. And Luna's a common pet name. Yeah.
There are several Lunas. I don't know what to knit for a dog, because one of my friends also got a dog to go with the 2 cats. And I would like to make the dog something, but I have no idea what to knit for a dog. So if anybody has ideas of a quick knit for a dog.
What kind of dog?
Medium-sized, white, fluffy.
So not a sweater.
No, I was thinking like a toy or like a collar decoration of some sort.
I think there's some dog bow tie patterns out there. You could knit him a little doggy bow tie that could go on his collar.
I could do a doggy bow tie.
Yeah.
Oh, bandana.
Are you seeing that many people while you're down here?
TBD, but I would at least like to deliver some presents.
Okay. So if you're going to do the visiting, we might have to do our stuff online.
Well, the visiting isn't happening until later in my time there anyway, so.
Yeah, depending on where the numbers are, it just depends. My brain just went, we might have to make adjustments for my isolation requirements.
Yeah, okay. So like...
Depending on what you're doing.
We'll keep tabs on things, but at the very least, I want to deliver presents while I'm there.
That's fair. I mean, I'm still doing... Well, I mean, by deliver, I mean people come and pick them up from me.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. I've been doing the same thing. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, no. That's fair. And that's totally a thing you should be able to do. And I don't want to say no to visiting. If you want to go visit people, we'll just do this and you'll be at your mom's house. That's fine.
If I do go and see people, it won't be until like after Boxing Day, so we can be in person at least until that point.
At least until that point, yes. All right. I have a tale of Loathe Entirely left.
Okay, Loathe Entirely.
Have you been reading the Discord chat?
Yes. Oh, walnuts and honey also go with the blue cheese and gingerbread.
See, I like walnuts and honey in my balaclava. Like in my, whatever that layered dessert thing is.
Oh,
With
baklava.
walnuts
A
and
balaclava is the
baklava?
thing that goes on your.
It goes
It's
over
like
your
a
head?
scarfy. Yeah.
Whatever.
Baklava is the dessert.
I like the dessert thing. It's sticky and messy, and I like eating it, but I can't. I'm not allowed to because I'm like a small child, and you have to wipe me off like a small kid. It's just not good.
And Susanna denies that all grandmothers have dirty minds.
I don't know, man. My mom tries to pick up men in the grocery store for me. She's a grandma.
I mean, incredible generalizations going on here, but
Oh, yeah.
in fact, some of the dirtiest things I have ever heard in my life have been from older women.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
So the 8-bit sweater.
Sorry, Asa said, I would not put honey in my balaclava.
It would just be a sticky hot mess. I know. I meant the dessert, not the thing that pulls over your head. People, I can't even be trusted to spell together, okay? I have to sit there and think about it. We're not coming to me for any source of information on pronunciation of a darn thing, nor should we. And I'm putting Japanese into my brain. It's just making it worse. It's just making it worse. Cool. I'm at the point now where I occasionally recognize a single character on some of the foodstuffs I buy that have no English on them. I don't recognize enough of the symbols to put the word together yet.
But you know, that's something.
But conversation-wise, I'm getting better at knowing what I'm listening to, like hearing words now. Sometimes I hear them and I can translate them now on my own. So progress is being made. I had done the last chart, so Diana's up to the controller chart. She's making her way through. I made no modifications. I just made the chart as is because that was fine by me. And then I did the additional rows that I had to do to get into the decrease row. This is a free pattern.
I believe so, yeah.
So we're decreasing in color work, which means it's going to be weird.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to do a center double decrease. I know how to do a center double
I hate
decrease.
those.
I do not hate the center double decrease. I also know I don't care if my stitches lean left or right because I can't see it, so I could just do a knit 2 together. Sorry, knit 3 together instead of the center double decrease if I wanted to.
Fair, yeah.
A thing I could do. Hello, phone. Why did you buzz at me violently? But for the life of me, oh, it's the dude. It's Mr. Adorkable. I can respond to him later. So I have done exactly 3 rows because I started this freaking chart. Like, I want to swear I'm so mad at it, and this was yesterday. I have now stared at and started and tried to do the decreases on this chart so that I can do my decrease rounds so I can bloody well finish this thing 4 times. So I have been teaking center double decreases, and I cannot get it to work so that my decreases are in the pattern that the flippin' chart shows me. What the is wrong with my brain? And I know it's me. I know the moment I figure it out, it'll make total sense, and I'll be like, what the hell is wrong with you, Douglas? Like, what even is your brain? And it'll be fine. But right now, I cannot wrap my brain around it. I cannot wrap my brain around it. And I'm getting so frustrated.
That's not good.
So frustrated because I need to get this done. We're taking photos.
Oh, yes.
So, and I need to steek and like do extra steps. So like I need to get motoring because I only get you on the 3rd of January. When we could take photos. I am very quickly running out of time. And if I decide I want to put a zipper in and I do the extra knitting for that, I have a mom to help me with the zipper fiddling. Who is my go-to person to help me when I run across a sewing thing that I'm like, I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing. She helps me puzzle it out because that's what a mom does. So I need to get this done. And there are more decreases. This is the thing that really irritates me. This is just the start of the decreases. I have to decrease a lot still. So grumpy. I do know for sure because I don't I don't like it when sweaters sit halfway up my neck. That's not it's like they copped out of being a proper turtleneck. So I like
Oh,
them
the
when they
mock
sit
neck
here.
thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like that. And
Crew
I
neck or
always when I'm
turtleneck, not in between.
yeah, yeah. When I'm making a sweater's top down, they always tell you want 9 inches. I'm not 9 inches here. I'm actually short in here. So I'm doing the decrease rounds and then I'm doing fewer rest rows in between because I need a sharper decrease for my neck to sit where I want it to sit. So that I don't have a zipper sitting like here.
Yeah, that would be uncomfortable.
I want a zipper sitting here. So I've already had to sit down and puzzle out some modifications and what to take out and still make it look like a good sweater, right? So like I'm not worried about yarn. I still have like a whole untouched ball of dark gray and white in this Briggs and Little sport that I have. So that's totally fine. And I'm obviously not messing around with my floats or anything because we're this far into the pattern. I'll do the jacquard floats on like the next color work thing I do, not on this one. But I need to do, and I need to sew armpits. Like I need to figure out how to close an armpit on a bottom up sweater because I don't actually know how. I've never done it before. And I was stressing that till I got to these decreases. Now these decreases are just pissing me off because I have to be, after my 3 rounds of decrease, I have to be in pattern to do the next section. So it's not like it would be if it was a solid and I could just do my center double decrease. And if I'm off by 1 stitch or 1 stitch here or 1 stitch there, so long as I have the right number of decreases and the right number of stitches, more or less, at the end, because if you're up a stitch or down a stitch, it's fine.
Yeah.
I can't do that in this. And I understand the decreases will be visible. That's totally fine. I have no problem with that. I just need to do them correctly. So that the whole pattern isn't skewed from here upward.
Yeah, and if you're gonna, that's like really not the place to be making mistakes. That's the most noticeable place.
It is. So I'm like, son of a water buffalo, I'm mad. I'm like, oh, I think it was like yesterday on the Discord. I was like, I hate this chart. I hate this. I hate this chart. I hate this chart so much, and I don't know what it is, and I'm not understanding about it. And I didn't have any problems with the increases, which I still did kind of funky on the arms. That was a little weird, but I got there. It took me maybe like 45 minutes to figure it out, but I got there. Why are the decreases so much harder?
I don't know.
That's it. I've done 3 rows on my 8-bit.
Asa says, I must always have to knit my yoke longer than the pattern says. And
yeah.
She's also suggesting that maybe you might be able to do a Zoom call with Jen since she made the sweater as well.
I may honestly post the clue instructions in the Patreon feed and see if somebody can help me figure out what I'm not understanding.
Oh, that would be fine it's just too, yeah, because it's a free pattern. It's a free pattern. So it doesn't
so matter. I can do that, and it's okay to do. So I can just get it worked out in my brain. And I think it's just because the instructions in my brain aren't collaborating very well, which happens because not all instructions are going to work for all people because some people learn differently. So there's some sort of blockage there, and I'm just grumble cakes. I'm just so unimpressed.
Grumble cakes. Oh, this is serious.
I'm so mad at this thing because I want it. Because once I get it, I'll be done. I can just because it's that 2 black, 1 white, 2 white, 1 black, like that pattern. It's like even when I picked it up, it was just so rhythmic and meditative. I was like, yeah, I like this. This is why I liked this sweater. I liked this constant, quick color work. It was beautiful to do, and it felt nice. And I like the wool, and I like what I'm making, and it's heavy, so I don't want it on my lap forever. And I'm excited to steek it, and I'm excited to do those other things and try something different with it. And I'm just hate these decreases so bloody much. Okay.
For picture purposes, as long as you get it steeked and like the edge is reasonably okay looking, even if you don't have this zipper sewn in, it might still be fine for picture purposes.
I'm getting this done. My mother goes home on the 29th. I want this finished before my mother leaves.
Fair.
Also
says, go ahead and post it, and we will help.
Yeah. I remember my mom's bringing down her blue jeans so I can hem them for her.
Nice.
Like, what are you gonna wear? She's like, I'm gonna just wander around your apartment in my undergarments. Bring pajama pants. Crazy woman. Yes, bring down your blue jeans, Mom. I will have them for you. She's like, of course I'll have your pants. It's not a problem. I have a sewing machine. It's set up. Let's do that. But I mean, I'm going to do the same thing when she's in town. Like, I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to put this on. Can you put my hemlines on? Because hemming things for yourself is difficult. And while I have a mannequin at the right height, it's not always exact. So while I have a person in my life, I'm going to borrow them, which means I need to madly cut out and get some pattern sewing done. So like I can get my mom's assistance because I can stand on my coffee table. You know how big my coffee table is. I'll be up quite high, so Mom can comfortably sit on the couch and like hem a skirt for me. So like I could get that walking skirt hemmed if I could get to the point where it's ready for hemming before my mom leaves. And then I can do her blue jeans. And apparently there's a cardigan that I made for her that she's put a hole in that I'm just going to be flabbergasted that she managed to do that. So like I'm looking forward to that repair. Like what? She's like, oh, I folded up and put it aside for you. I'm like, okay, I have no idea what's coming to me. Apparently I have an entire tote of stuff coming down. And that's not Christmas presents. It's just stuff she's bringing.
Oh dear. Stuff to fix or?
I don't. Well, and pots, because I asked for a couple extra frying pans because she was buying herself new ones. So I was like, hey, can I have your old ones that are slightly damaged and still usable, but you want, I mean, at some point, if you make the adult money, you can own a fancy set of matched dishes and pots and things. Yeah. I don't mind.
An adult with adult money, we could get matching cookware.
Yes, you could.
That's something we haven't had yet.
That would be a very adult thing to buy. Maybe wait till you purchase your first house, and that can be your housewarming present to yourself.
Oh, that's a good idea.
There you go.
We've started looking at houses. I'm so excited.
Yeah, good. Just remember to make sure you look at them in the spring too, so you can see the ground and the foundation.
Yeah, I mean, like realistically, we're not actually going to go look at a house until like late January. And the way the weather's been, that might be spring here.
It's possible, hey? Well, it's because you want to be able to see that foundation for foundation cracks, water leak, tile problems. Like, there's a lot of things you're able to tell when you can see the ground.
It's not going to be that high.
Yeah.
Even in January.
That'll be good. I'm excited for you guys to be able to buy your own space. That'll be good.
They look so cute. I'm so excited. They're so cottagey looking.
Oh yeah, you guys are definitely into the cottage look.
Oh yes, they're.
Oh yes, that is totally your aesthetic.
Literally one of the houses that, because we have a realtor now, one of the houses that she sent us to look at is literally an estate sale, and the pictures of the inside are like, oh my god, this is somebody's grandma's house. Because like, the house is like 1950s, packed with knickknacks and like everything mismatched and floral and filigree, and I'm like, I actually love this so much.
Oh yeah, no, that's my sister and Chris and my brother-in-law. They got an estate sale house, and that's how they did it. But yeah, though they come with some serious character because they've lived.
I don't mind character. I could do with a few less opinions. Because this house has opinions. Case in point, the mirrored wall behind me. And the metallic floral wallpaper.
Yeah. I choose to live in a 100-plus-year-old building. It's got character out the wazoo. But it doesn't have a ton of opinions. Character. Yeah.
Sherry says, but that means no more bonkers house. So like, yes, it does mean no more bonkers house.
And no. Because house renovations don't happen all at once.
Yeah, no, that we signed the lease on this house for another year, so don't worry, there's lots more of this house.
Lots more bonkers house to come? Good.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
I mean, I gotta do an organize my office with me in January, so that'll be fun.
It's true. You do.
I don't know if I want to edit that. That might just be a series of live streams. That might be keep me company while I organize my office.
Yeah, because your only other option is to upload them to me somehow so that I can do them for you.
I actually don't mind editing. I just don't have that much time in a regular week.
I forgot to post my third State of the Whip to YouTube. Okay, I'm going to do that once we're done this.
I was so pleased with myself. I had my third one like all set and ready to go and like scheduled and everything to go up today because I knew I was going to be really busy. I'm like, yes, I'm so on top of things.
Yeah,
watch me forget to make it public on Tuesday.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it goes to Patreon today, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
I've already watched it because I was up looking. And I'm like, why And I'm putting mine up. I was like, why does Diana? I'm like, oh wait, I can watch before Patreon because I'm also Northern Knits Podcast. Let's click play.
Do you like my antagonistic relationship with myself?
You and video editing, Diana, have a serious love-hate relationship going on there. You love her, she hates you. And I don't blame her. Dude, the work you were making her do. You wouldn't stay
Diana,
on one side of the frame.
And you're going to put it up here, and then my head's going to be over here, so you'll have to move the picture down here. Like, I am the worst.
She does, guys. She moves mid-frame while she's talking, and the photo has to move.
The third one took so much editing. I am the worst person in the world to edit.
I stopped the video to laugh. I was like, I would have shot you. I would have been like, stop. You're moving in frame. Try that again and stay on one side.
My decrease and forgot to stop first.
Oh, the things, guys. Oh, the things. Okay.
Stuffing a little mouse toy.
No, they're so quick to make.
I know. It's so great. Okay. It's like 45 minutes per one.
On the bright side, we are done talking about what we're working on, which means we're on to whatever happens next. I don't know.
Also wants a photo of you in the pub in my basement.
I want a photo of me in the pub in her basement, and I had thought maybe to come out and visit her for my birthday this year, but she's going to Jamaica, so that's not happening.
I mean, you can come out. I'm possibly going to Vancouver for a work thing like the week after that, so from late March onwards, or if you don't hate winter too much, February.
I'm never coming to visit. I am never coming to visit you in the summer.
No.
Ever.
So you want to come visit before June?
Yes. Maybe. I don't know. We'll talk about it and we'll make plans.
See what the state of the world is.
State of the world, what's going on, where Mr. B is at. Because if I'm coming to visit, I'm bringing Mr. B with me. So we've got 4 of us for gaming.
It's so cute. I love it. It's little. Oh, come on, focus on the thing, not my face. Is squish.
Okay, I've received one of the little. I've received one of those little cat toys. They're adorable as all get out. They're also really tiny.
Oh no! I get my hair into it. Ah. This is what I get for trying to knit with my hair down.
I'm getting to the point when I knit with my hair down. I'm pulling out long strands, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm turning into Diana. The hair is getting intense. People, it's getting intense. Okay. No, I don't have you for enough time to do that.
What?
We're already too busy. Could have helped me dye my hair. Don't have enough time to help me dye my hair. Maybe I can get my sister and my mom.
When exactly you want to do that, I guess.
What did you do for the last 20 minutes you were visiting Jocelyn? Dyed her hair. Oh, I'm gonna go shower now, take my dye out. So I want to dye it.
That says I can't just stay longer after the podcast one day.
That's true. Totally could. Well, yeah, you'll be booked. But yes, in theory, as it stands right now, there is nothing saying we could not just dye my hair one day after a podcast. Because I would really like to darken up the color a little. I don't think I'm ready for like maroon purple with gray streaks in my hair, but I miss the red tint.
Takes a certain degree of je ne sais quoi to no.
See this look of confusion on my face?
Yes. I am aware that I am ridiculous. It's fine.
But I miss the red. Like, I miss the dark brown red color. I liked the dark brown red color. It looked good on me, so. Mm-hmm. Whatever. But no, we only have Wooly working, I think. I tinking.
Yeah, we finished talking about what we're working on.
Oh, so I saw the December Sock Club yarn.
Uh-huh.
And immediately ordered a sweater's quantity worth.
Right, okay, perfect.
So the one skein that Erin was showing me before she ran off to put it in the mail, and apologized because mine was going to be late. And I was like, well, everybody says I'm really going to like it. Like, am I going to like it enough to make like the wood woes sweater out of it? She's like, yeah, no, that's entirely possible. So she showed me and I went, yeah, I need 4. So
Nice.
that's happening. Guys, Erin is flying home to visit her family Boxing Day. And she doesn't come home until the 1st of January. And I'm just adding to her work pile before she leaves. It's fine.
Nice.
I'm an awful friend. Oh, hey, during the busiest time of the year, could you also just dye me up a whole batch?
Just do a whole sweaters quantity of this like specialty colorway.
Limited colorway that you only make once a year. Quite cool, thanks. Because it's the December. But I mean, the bright side is in January, the bird colorways will start to come out and they'll start to be available for everybody. And the new Sock Club yarn starts.
Star Trek?
And we're Star Trek themed.
I'm so excited.
Even better, I know what the birthday month name is.
I mean, like, I was gonna get the whole year of Sock Club again, no matter what it was, but it's Star Trek, so like, heck yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was like, oh no, I was doing it. I didn't care what the theme was, but when I found out what the theme was, I was like, oh, I'm so happy.
Hurry up, take my money.
Please. When can it be January? Could be January now. Could be January now. Could be January now. I want that. And I'm gonna hoard those Sock Club colors, and I think I'm gonna wait till I have like enough that I can decide if I want to do a Find Your Fade in Star Trek colors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because I want a second Find Your Fade because it's my favorite shawl to wear. But out of all that Sock Club yarn, like wait till pretty much the year has gone by, and then pick my fade colors out. Yeah. Yeah. Because if there's one that I really, really love that I want more of, guys, I've already ordered 3 sweater quantities worth of her yarn. So it's like, we know it'll happen again. But I can keep that one skein I like and just beg for additional skeins for something else. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So it's great because her hubby is a Star Trek fan. He's been a Star Trek fan for years. So he's been going through and he's pulling. He chose all the names, and he pulled photos for color inspiration for her. So good. He did an excellent job. I'm so excited. So excited.
Oh, Karen really likes your fade idea.
Isn't that a good fade idea? An amazing fade idea.
I also really like. I really don't need another Find Your Fade, but like, oh maybe.
Oh maybe. Oh maybe. Yeah. Because my first thought was, okay, well maybe like an Ome tee.
That was about what I was about to say.
But there's 12 months in a year, and I only need 4 skeins for the Ome tee, and I only really need 5 skeins for the Find Your Fade. That's 9. I still have months. So I could do both. I could do both.
Why not both?
And I might. So things are happening. But needless to say, I do not have my December Sock Club yarn because I've requested a sweaters quantity of it for the Woodlow sweaters. So I'll be getting that. Hopefully,
I will
just
grab
in time
that to show
cast
that
it
off
on.
in case people are unaware of what that color happens to be. Oh, Nikki Knits is asking, how much is the Sock Club? And is it too late to sign up? I have not officially signed up, so I think it's not too late.
It's not too late. I think Erin said it was going to go live on her Etsy shop this week or next week. Don't forget, like, I think that also counts for the coupon code. So if you guys use the friends coupon code, which is Northern Knits 10.
Yep. Lowercase Northern Knits 10.
You get 10% off your purchases.
Or the December color.
December, yeah.
So you're talking about you got a sweater's quantity of this
yes,
red with black speckle.
Yes, I did.
God, that's going to be great.
It has a bird name. I just don't know what it is because I didn't look.
Northern Cardinal.
A Northern Cardinal. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm like on me. Yeah. And I'm a red personality kind of person. Like I'm loud as all get out. So like that's a beautiful choice on my part. I'm just so glad that Erin's like, yeah, no, that's a thing.
Also really like this idea and may follow suit.
Fair.
Actually, I'm really liking
Totally
this
fair.
idea of an ome tea again.
Yeah.
Like more.
Uh-huh. You could do
Oh,
it with
you
some
give
of
me
your bird
dangerous
sock
ideas.
covers. I am the best enabler on the planet. Trust me, I'll do it 3 in the morning, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I will enable you from bed without my glasses on. I am just that good. I'm committed. But yeah, no, Nikki, for the coupon code Northern Knits 10, and then the sock club, she's got it set up so you can get it quarterly, because some people like also live far away, so also gets every 3 months, and she gets all of them, and then you choose whether you open them up early or not. I know Diana does the same thing. She gets hers quarterly. So
Yep. And then
that's
I
how that
wait
shows up.
to open them like a good person.
I
Not like
live
some
2
other
minutes.
people
I live
that
2
just
minutes
rip them open
by
right away,
car.
or
I live
don't
2
even
minutes
get
by
them wrapped
car.
anymore.
And we do, some people I know don't get them wrapped anymore. I live 2 minutes by car, and I'm always up for coffee to visit. So like mine just shows up at some point. Sometimes in the actual month, sometimes the next following month with the next month's yarn. I've never been worried about it. It's fine. But yeah, she's got a bunch of different outfits. But yeah, Star Trek theme next year. But again, like Diana, both of us knew we were doing it again, because now that we know what Erin's yarn is like, it's like, here you go,
And
firstborn
suddenly
child.
my entire stash is Erin's yarn.
It
At
is
this point,
getting
it's
that
like
way.
when I see a new pattern, I'm like,
way.
just it's I think in Erin's color palette.
Yours?
I don't even consider other yarn anymore. Like unless there's
I do for
something
some
like
things.
super duper specific that I want, like.
I do for some things, because Erin loves blues, greens, purples, like those nice rich. But sometimes I want like browns and reds. And like, don't get me wrong, her chocolate brown is the best chocolate brown I have ever seen in my life. It is such a gorgeous chocolate brown, and I want chocolate brown at something at some point. But I also know that sometimes, like some of the reds and stuff, I know I'm going to have to go elsewhere for, because red is a tricky color to dye. But she has me for teal. I will always buy my teal from her because I love her teal. So there's that. And I mean, she doesn't make the great pumpkin colorway. That is a Cloud9 Fiberworks one, which I've also been talking with about getting a sweater quantity with, so that I could have a Halloween sweater quantity yarn.
Mm-hmm.
What
Also
sweater I'm going to make?
idea.
No idea, but I'll be making something.
The thing I love best about these cat toys is that the finishing is just pull the yarn inside. Just pull the yarn through it and trim it. You don't have to weave in ends. I love it.
Where is my gecko? Why aren't you working on a gecko for me?
I do not have a gecko pattern.
Why do you not own the gecko pattern? You needed something with all those worsted weight scraps. That's the perfect thing. I want a gecko for my birthday. Can I put in a request for a tiny toy by March?
That is a reasonable expectation.
Thank you. I mean, I'm not crazy. I'm not asking for a pair of socks. But I think a gecko. I think I'd like a gecko for my birthday. Can I have a gecko for my birthday? A fake one that I can just like put on a shelf somewhere?
I can probably manage a gecko.
Yeah, gecko. So, that was a very, very long-winded way to get Diana to show everybody the December yarn.
That was very long-winded.
I don't have it, but we do have things that we need to do in the admin section, and we almost always start with Diana's ad first, but we did not. So we're gonna go back to Diana, and she's gonna do her ad spot now.
Okay, hang on, give me 2 seconds. I'm just trimming yarn.
Trimming yarn?
I gotta trim the yarn off the tiny little mouse that I just finished.
I don't know.
There, I have another FO.
Do your ad spot for Patreon.
Oh wait, it's finished. I have to put it on my head.
Oh jeez.
That's the rule. Oh, I didn't put this one on my head.
Is that one gonna stay on your head? It's really round.
I'm gonna hold it actually. If for some reason you want us to financially support this nonsense, oh there it goes. You can you can do so at patreon.com/northernknitspodcast. Although there is a link in the footer of all of the show notes at northernknitspodcast.com. It's always in there. Where'd it go? There it is. Oh, they do roll under couches very well.
I know.
Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server, where we are active at all hours of the day and night and enable each other into all sorts of things that we do not have time or money for, that we do anyway.
Like, I have time to make a moose. I want a moose. I don't have yarn for a moose. I need a moose.
That's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, there's also early access to bonus content. There's bi-weekly experimental Tuesday blog posts. I think I forgot to post one this week. Oops. Well, it's now bi-weekly in the sense that it's every 2 weeks. It's still every 2 weeks. It's just you now.
Oh, jeez, that's not a good idea.
I'll post some stuff over Christmas. We're gonna do some baking. So we're going to do some experimental gluten-free baking because my uncle has discovered that he's celiac. So we need to do some gluten-free baking for him.
Yep.
And there was something else. Oh, we're doing charcuterie, and I found this ridiculously decadent recipe for it's potato chips and salami, and you fry the salami, and then you make like this honey glaze, and you like stack this tower of potato chips and salami and put a honey glaze on top, and it looks just stupidly decadent. So that might happen. So we're gonna have some experimental charcuterie and some experimental gluten-free.
Okay.
And it'll just go up when it happens. So all bets are off over Christmas. We're scheduling.
Trick for gluten-free baking: you want the gluten-free flour blends. My sister's got one. I should send to you. Because it is not, because obviously it's not flour, there's no gluten, so you have to
We were just
really
gonna do some cookies with it, so you don't really want a lot of gluten in a cookie anyway.
No, that'll help. But yeah, I'm
just gonna do my regular cookie recipes with gluten-free flour.
Yeah, I find the gluten-free flour blends, like where it's a couple different gluten-free flours in the one, work better than just a singular one.
I've used the Robin Hood brand gluten-free flour. It's potato starch and xanthan gum and some other stuff, rice flour, I think.
Yeah,
so
that's a good one.
It's great. My mom is intolerant of potatoes. Like it won't kill her to eat a potato. It's just very uncomfortable.
Yes.
So all the gluten-free stuff has potato.
Yes.
So there's my uncle's baking and my mom's baking.
And never shall the two meet.
And never shall the two meet.
That's legit. Yeah, I love potatoes. My dad can't have them.
Okay, what does chat say? 'Cause I think I got all the things. Oh, e-knit-in. The next e-knit-in for the higher tier patrons, because I got distracted again. The next one of those will be in January, on the 22nd of January.
Yes. It's for Patreon members who are $5 and up a month.
This is just so fun. Maybe it's a human toy.
Well, while you check chat, I will continue on. It's still dirty.
It's a mouse toy. Just put it. Fine. Okay. Can't win. You're all a bunch of children.
We are. As always, we super understand that budgets are a real life thing. If you can't afford to support us on Patreon, interacting with us here on YouTube by liking and subscribing and commenting down below is always helpful and always welcome. If you listen to us and don't watch us, we appreciate comments on the podcast feeder of your choice. And subscribing, liking and following us on Instagram and joining our Facebook group is another great way to get in touch with the community as we share pictures and talk and do things on there as well. In the realm of
Sherry, I said human toy. It's not what I meant.
In the realm of news, I've finally made the community post here on YouTube and on Instagram and on the Facebook group about the programming for the last couple of weeks for the season, because it gets a little crazy up in here, and remembering everything is difficult. So we have 2 more live podcasts till the end of the year. One is on Boxing Day, which is the 26th, and then today's, which is today, and then we'll be in the new year.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, because that's crazy to think about. Because that's crazy to think about. For funsies, we have extra bonus content. I will do something Christmas Day. What it'll be, I don't know. When will it be? I also don't know. I don't know what I'm doing Christmas Day. We don't do a full family thing. We tend to do like a mid-afternoon early dinner thing, or like a brunch thing. It literally depends on what my brother-in-law has to do for work, because he goes in and he checks the coolers and stuff at his workplace. So whatever time he's scheduled to do that, we will not be meeting then, and we'll meet at some other time. That is how plans are made
Fair.
in my house on Christmas Day. That's how that works. So while Diana ignores the chat,
I'm gonna be so busy Christmas Day.
she is busy at the wazoo. So it's just me, but I'll do something. I just don't know. I don't know what. I'll be casting on my festive yoke sweater. Then I have all year to work on it. So I'll be doing that before I leave, because my Christmas Eve cast on will probably be something I can take to my sister's house and work on quietly. Because, wow, that's how that needs to work for me. There's also like dogs and teenager, and like it's not a big house. So we're going to be crammed in there a little. And that's fine. That's what I'm told Christmas is about. So there'll be things going on the 30th of December. On the 30th of December, we're going to do the bingo card wrap up, which means me and Diana in person, live on the internet, at the usual Manitoba Noon Standard Time, Central Standard Time, CST. We will be here. We will be chatting about our bingo cards, what we got done, what we didn't get done, and what we're planning to do for next year's bingo card. So Diana, don't forget to
Make a
bring
bingo
the
card?
stuff to make a bingo card.
Right.
Or ask Jocelyn nicely to make you a bingo card.
Can I borrow a piece of paper and a pen?
Yes, you can.
I will come with ideas.
Duly noted. So that's going to go on the 30th, and we'll do that live here on the YouTubes. And then we have January the 1st. It's not only New Year's Day, it is the cast on live party for the podcast anniversary. Knit along, guys. Or crochet along. Both can.
Make along?
So,
Yarn
make
along.
along? Yarn along. Stuff along. Let's make it super big. To celebrate 5 years of podcasting, Diana and I are doing the podcast anniversary, the 5th edition. We are going to have it themed around anniversary gifts that you would give for 5 years of marriage, which means traditionally wood. In a more modern sense, because apparently that's too difficult for people who do those things, you can use silverware or daisies, or what else was there?
There was a blue stone and a pink stone.
Yeah, there were 2 stone colors in there, and there was something else in there too.
It's like sapphire
There's
and
some
pink
options.
tourmaline. It was wood, silverware,
Yeah,
daisies,
yeah,
the pink stone, and the blue stone.
yeah. Am I forgetting anything? I think those were the
No, I
ones
think
we
that was
listed.
it, because it worked out conveniently to also be 5 colors if you wanted to do it that way.
Yeah, so that works. I've got the stuff written up to do another post for everybody, so we can see the rules written everywhere on all the platforms we function on. I simply just need to finish tracking down a couple of links, because I want to give people some options for things. So we try to keep the rules as open as possible. So as usual, adult-sized items only. You want 3 skeins or more to make it fair. If it is a 2 skein item and you're not sure because it's pretty close, just send me a message. I'll let you know one way or the other if it works or not. Odds are pretty good I'll say
Should
yes,
it
because I
be
rarely say no.
by yardage? Because technically the thing that I was going to make is only 1 skein, but it's lace weight, and it's like 900 meters.
You're fine, because your works out as close to the equivalent.
So
Yeah.
So I'm making a lace weight shawl in a maple leaf shape. I'm so excited.
Which is tree.
I don't know if I'm gonna have time to wind this today, so can I borrow your ball binder while I'm out there?
Absolutely.
At some point while we're recording. I need
On
to
the
wind some
1st of
yarn.
January, she's winding yarn behind me. Diana's winding her yarn, guys. No, it's totally fine. Yeah. You can borrow my ball winder, it's not a problem. So we're doing that.
I've
We're
got
going to
the
run
needles
from
in here, so I'm good to go.
good to go otherwise? Okay. We're starting the 1st of
I got in
January.
my Advent. I forgot the...
I'm trying to do my announcements.
No, I will interrupt. I was excited. Okay, continue.
You're saying we're a child. The project bag looks adorable. I can't wait to see it in person. It looks really good. Can I tell people when the podcast anniversary is running for now?
Yes. I will shush.
We're going to start on the 1st of January. We're going to run to the end of March. Since we started podcasting in March, it is also conveniently our birthday month. So we get to do all sorts of celebrating for the month of March. If you want to post your entries, which we highly encourage, your entries need to be posted on the Facebook group or on Instagram. You're going to want to use the hashtag podcastiversary 5th ED because it is the 5th edition.
So
That way,
5THED?
ED, yeah.
Okay.
That way we can find you so we can put your entry in. As far as pricing goes, as now has become a thing, the wonderful Erin has offered up to 2 skeins as prizes for people. So me and Diana will pick colors, and then to avoid the gremlins in the machine, Erin just mails them out for me once we have names. Because it's safer, because people actually get stuff that way. That's the best way to do things. So as for any sort of additional prizes or things that might go on, that is definitely something we're also contemplating. We need to make some calls on that. So I will make sure that that stuff is also in the official rules if we end up upping it and adding more prizes to the list. So away we go. I'm going to be doing the Wood Woe sweater by Dragon Horde Designs because I liked it and I like how her sweaters fit on me and I wanted the pattern, so I bought it and I'm going to make it.
That makes sense.
Yeah. If I can do a bulky sweater in 2 weeks, I can certainly do a fingering weight sweater in 3 months.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. I hope I can do a single skein lace weight shawl in 3 months.
Technically 2 months, because February is pretty much spoken for sweater-wise.
Oh, if I'm doing another... Oh, no, am I joining in on the sweater madness?
I think you should. I think you should
give it a
try.
Do it in 2 weeks. It's not happening. It's not happening in 2 weeks.
But you could try for a sweater in a month in February because that's the Fiber Friends challenge for February is a sweater in the month. Try for a bulky weight in February that isn't all patterned. Well, or if it is patterned, it's just the yoke.
It had a patterned yoke that I wanted to do for me out of the Cascade Eco.
Yeah, do that.
So that might happen. I think I can do that because that's Fair Isle and not Mosaic.
That is Fair Isle and not Mosaic. Yeah, give it a try and see how it adjusts your timelines.
Okay. So I have 2 months to do a lace weight.
Yes.
It's actually not at all involved until you get to the pointy leaf part. Before that, it's just like a triangle shawl.
Okay, well that's not too hard. Work it out. Figure out where your halfway point is, and then you know that's where you got to be by the end of your first month. Seems to work. So that is it for the announcements-ies of announcements-ies.
Catching up on chat.
Sure. All I have left are books.
Talked about gecko patterns. Also said that she can probably do a pair of socks faster than a gecko.
Possibly.
Suzanne's got an appointment for a 3rd COVID vaccine. Very nice.
A week and a bit for the year left, and Asa's just gonna bang out 3 pairs of socks. So probably faster than we could do a gecko.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that seems legit.
Shortbread with almond flour is another gluten-free option. True.
Yes. And tasty.
Yes. And then Sherry was making fun of my human toy comment. Suzanne is doing payroll stuff. We have another live on January the 2nd, also was reminding us. Karen hasn't figured out what to make for the podcast anniversary yet. That's fair. I'm limiting myself to patterns that I already possess, because otherwise I'll just keep buying more patterns, and I already have more patterns than I will ever knit in my life. I have more patterns that I want to knit than I will ever knit in my life. And I just keep adding. And Sherry says that the 5th anniversary rocks are sapphire, pink tourmaline, and also rose quartz.
I love rose quartz. Some of my favorite rocks.
I kind of just want to make something in those colors. It's pretty.
Those would not look good on me, but they are pretty colors.
Yeah, I don't think it would be a me thing necessarily, but it would be a very pretty thing.
It would be a very pretty thing, yes.
I wonder if this soon-to-be 7-year-old niece is interested in those colors and wants a shawl.
You still have to make her a sweater.
I do.
And you didn't finish their mittens. Stop offering them things until you've worked on something.
Oh, I'm offering nothing. This is just amusing in my head for, I want to make a thing that is pretty, but then I won't want to wear this particular thing, so maybe I'll give it away, and that's a potential recipient if I ever do get around to making such a thing. I can just make the thing and hang on to it until I find its intended recipient, which may not be the 7-year-old niece.
I do that a lot for things. Works fine.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I have books. Do you have books?
I have books. Shall I start with books?
Well, I'm going to assume you have fewer than I do. I have 3 to talk about.
I think I only have 2, 3. I actually finished one, so I think technically I have 3.
Cool. Would you like to go first, or would you like to go last?
I'll start with the one that I finished, because I was nearly finished it last week. No, not Consider the Fork, the same author. The Way We Eat Now.
You've done it every time.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so Consider the Fork was amazing, 5 stars. Everybody should read it. Food history is so cool.
Yes.
The Way We Eat Now was, like, interesting, but I'm going to give it, like, 3.5 stars. It was...
Okay, so good read, but eh.
Yeah, it was like, it's good, but it's not Consider the Fork good.
Okay.
But it's just sort of an analysis of within living history, like from World War II onward, just how the food environment has changed and how it's like kind of all becoming the same, and that's not really good because the same is now meaning that everything's like tasteless because we have to ship it for thousands of miles, and then there's the super processed food that's like barely even food, and that's not great for us. But there's hope on the horizon because we're getting over the super unhealthy stuff and going, oh hey, this stuff is all super unhealthy, and maybe we should like make food that tastes good, that actually has nutrients in it. That might be a good thing to do. So interesting, but I don't know. I'll give it a meh. If you're interested in that sort of stuff, then it's good. If you're not, it's probably really boring.
That's fair. I think it's a good way to rate
Consider the Fork you should absolutely read, though, regardless of whether you think food history is interesting, because you will think it's interesting after you're done that book.
Consider the Fork is just interesting and really well done, and it should be on a read list for everybody.
Yeah, The Way We Eat Now is like, it's fine. So I finished that this week.
Okay, which is good because you were close to getting that done. So it's good that you got
finished.
finished.
I had like 90 minutes left or something last week.
Oh, yeah,
so very conveniently, about 2 days later, my hold on the audiobook for A Court of Thorns and Roses came up.
Oh,
so I'm about a quarter of the way through that. It's I have been absolutely devouring that.
It's the start of a series, and it's the worst in the series.
Okay, well, if this is the worst in the series, like...
Okay, some people argue A Court of Silver Flames is pretty bad, but that's more like a novella. So it should be like a 0.5 or a 0.1 rather than like the main storyline. It should be a sub-storyline. You know what I mean? But of the core 3, Court of Thorn of Roses, and then the other 2, which I forget. In the core 3 or 4 books in the series, my favorites are books 2 and 3.
Okay.
Books,
well,
yeah, I think
if we go up from here, like I'm on
for
board.
me, they go up. For me, they go up.
We'll
Court of
see if I
Thorns and
actually
Roses is
continue
good,
with the
but
series, because I have not. I think
you're
I've
not
read.
doing series. Yeah.
I'm not really doing series. Like, I've only been reading
Yeah.
series that I had already previously started. Any new series that I read the first book in this year, I was just not interested in reading the next book.
I'm hoping you read the next books in this one because it's a good series. I am glad that came up for you and you're finally able to start listening to it because, yeah, I devoured them and I've read them more than once. So good.
I am into it. I'm into it.
Sarah J. Maas writes. Sarah J. Maas? Yeah, that's Sarah J. Maas, isn't it?
Yeah, that one is.
She
Yeah.
writes amazing. Her Throne of Glass series is also just stunningly good. That's like 7 or 8 books long. I'm like, that's another one where I start reading it, and I've read it a couple of times. I am committed till I'm finished rereading it.
Dang. Okay.
So it's a good series.
I'll have to make sure I've got a hold on that one because that'll probably be like another 4-month wait.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would probably put the next book on hold as soon as possible, because that's how that works. I own them on Audible, so it's fine. But yeah, no, they're good. They're good books. Good books. Oh, I'm so excited you're reading that. Makes me want to pick it up and reread it.
So now it says, I've read Consider the Fork, and I've been here at work for over 3 hours now. Thank you for keeping me company. Oh, well,
No
thank you for
problem.
keeping us company.
Absolutely. Our pleasure. Do you have, that was 2. You said you had 3? Or just the 2?
Leviathan Falls.
Yes.
The last book in the Expanse series. Still reading that.
Well,
Things
yeah, it's 19 hours.
are happening. It's weird. Are you reading that one too? Okay. I super enjoy the BFE and how it's not actually an emerald, and they point it out as like, why do we call it the big effing emerald? It's not an emerald.
It's not an emerald.
It's a diamond.
I don't know, but
It's been my favorite little joke so far.
I really liked that one. It's like,
which is super not. It's not spoiler. There's
you nothing.
A big rock, and they're calling it an emerald, but it's not an emerald, and it annoys all the scientists.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. I'm not very far into Leviathan Falls, but yes, I have started reading.
I figured that. Yeah, I'm also not very far into it, so I figured that was a safe thing.
It was a safe thing. I finished Kith and Kin this week, which was the novel put out by Gilmore's Glorious Unlimited. It's a Critical Role novel, is what it is. So it does sort of like. It's a prequel, like it's a prequel is what it is. So it tells you a little adventure that the twins go on before they become members of Vox Machina. So it's their backstory, their canon and stuff. And it is a novel. It's a standalone novel. So it's like you don't need to know anything about it to enjoy the story because they locate it quite well. So it stands on its own very, very well. But if you watched
know very little about campaign 1, but I have this book on standby to read. I got it on Audible.
No, you'll be fine.
But then Court of Thorns and Roses came up, so I'm doing that first because that has a deadline.
Do that first. It does. No, you'll be fine because they explain it. So they introduce you to the characters, assuming you don't know the characters. So if you know the characters, it's full of little Easter tidbits and stuff, and you get more of their story and stuff. But if you don't, they're still fully developed characters in their own right. So you'll be fine. I was 15 hours and I devoured it in like 3 or 4 days. That's all I did. Was knit on the Endless Summer Adventure and listen to Kith and Kin because it was just really well done. So I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm not known for enjoying prequels or novellas or they're not really my thing. I don't necessarily want the backstory, so I wasn't sure if I'd like it or not. But I mean, I bought it and I listened to it because I won't know until I do. And I it's a good story, and so I really quite enjoyed it. Nice. So I'm hoping they do more. And I'm hoping they do things like, because I know like Dark Horse Comics did like the origins. Like I'd love to see the origins in a novel format, not just strictly a comic book format, because I obviously don't, comic books aren't very accessible for blind people.
Fair.
But an audio novel version, that is very accessible for a blind person. So like there are things I hope that they do in the future, but I mean, we're not there yet. And of course, in February, we've got the TV show coming out. So like I'm starting to get amped about that stuff. So I feel like I want to do some supercuts of the Briarwood arcs and stuff. And
my book club graphic novel for next December, there's a strong Vox Machina Origins is a strong contender, so I might be reading that next year. I mean, I'll probably read it next year anyway, but like it's on my calendar now.
Not accessible to blind people because it's so visually orientated. I would miss so much of the story. Yeah. So I'm hoping they maybe do like an adaptation of the format and tell the story in like a novel format. So like then it's more accessible for some people. But until then, there's nothing I can do about it because it's just that's the format it's in. So that's fine. And then I've got one I actually have to start reading when we're done this. Sorry, I haven't started it because book club's tomorrow. It's 35 minutes long.
Oh. Okay. So you're going to do it like half an hour before book club?
Probably.
Maybe like an hour before so you have time to digest?
Possibly. 35 minutes. 35.
That's really short.
I'm going to do this while I'm making breakfast tomorrow, guys. It's a very short book. It's called The Yellow Wallpaper. So I will find out what it's about either tonight or tomorrow. But I've got to know by tomorrow because the book club's tomorrow night. So guts to know. I just don't guts to know right now. So I downloaded it and I have it. I paid $2.99.
Nice.
So
breaking the bank.
Was not worth using an Audible credit for.
No.
I just bought it.
No, given that those cost $15, no.
Yeah, no. So totally fine, not a problem. So that I have to listen to here shortly, but it's sitting there ready to go. So I have to drag myself away from Leviathan Falls to do that, but that's fine. Fine, I can do that. It's not the end of the world. And with the last Critical Role done for the year, I don't have anything to watch on Thursday, so not till the 6th of January.
I only made it to break on this week's episode, so I still have to watch that at some point, which is not going to be today. Probably won't be till after Christmas at this point, because I don't think I'm going to get 2 hours to myself.
No, you've got time. It's not the end of the world. You've got time.
Yeah, I've got 2 weeks to watch the 2 hours. It's fine. I'll get there.
And I will give you a heads up. There's a cliffhanger. So don't be in a rush to get to the second half of the end of that break because it's going to drive you nuts to have to wait.
Okay, well, maybe I'll just leave it then. Oh, Susanna's out
for
the day. Bye, glad we could keep you company.
Susanna. I wouldn't leave it too terribly long because I would like to be able to rage at you about the cliffhanger. So, like, don't wait till the 2nd of January. It will annoy me. But if it takes till after Christmas, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm seeing you in person. We can gush in person. Be caught up before the 3rd of January.
I can do that.
But that's it. That's all I got.
I think that's all I got too.
Sweet.
I keep looking at the thing that I'm making for you on here and I'm like, oh, I forgot to talk about. No, I can't talk about that. I can talk about it next week when I give it to you.
Yes, you can. Because it'll in fact be like the day after Christmas, which is when we see each other, which will be when we're exchanging our Christmas presents. So maybe we can open them up live.
Oh, yeah, possibly.
We could do that. That's totally a thing we could do.
Okay.
Super stoked.
I think that's it then.
That's it. That's all. I'm ready to do an outro. How's chat doing?
I think we're good. Oh, we've been keeping Nikki Knit's company while making pizza. And the Critical Role book publication company is Darrington Press.
Darrington Press.
But that is it. We are all caught up. I think we're done.
Excellent. In which case, I'll say until next week, no matter where your week takes you. No, I'm messing with your outro. You can't do it. I gotta do it for you, don't I?
This is so weird. There was a part missing. I didn't know what to do. Deer in the headlights, I don't know how to do this. There's a part missing.
I knew your brain's out to
404 not
lunch
found. Server error.
I knew you were out to lunch because you're so worried about going somewhere. I'm like, no, I gotta dick with you. I can't not mess with your brain. Would you like me to do it properly for you?
Yes.
So I will say until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.
Don't forget to knit.
I broke Diana. Yeah.
Okay. Bye. Merry Christmas. See everybody.
See you on Boxing Day.
There's the button. There's the button. Okay. Bye.
I don't know. Bye.